Oh, hello. It is Tees. Good day. Good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well. Hope all are safe. And I just want to say really quickly because, and this is nothing new though, as far as getting drafted and literally, I want you to fight for me, but I wouldn't dare fight for you. Or one part's illegal. It's illegal to do this, but it's not illegal to die for a country, again, that wouldn't, but basically, long story short, with the whole mandatory drafting, and although it's nothing new, but it's like it's the nerve of Babylon. You would choose a time such as this where if America has not already fallen, it's literally probably this last outburst. This is probably the last outburst for America. To just act a fool or to go out with a bang. So that's literally what it's going to be. We're just going to literally go out with a bang. But instead of America fighting its own battle, they want you in particular. Now they could say this is for all Americans or all of the young men. I believe it's between like 18 and 26. But there's so much wrong with that story. You have one part where it's like, okay, again, I want you to stop what you're doing to fight for a country that wouldn't dare fight for you. And I say there's so much wrong with that because, again, when you get a certain caliber of people, like for instance, the melanated man or woman, it's like we have our own war. We're literally at war with you. And you want us to stop warring with you to fight your battle elsewhere? And again, while we're warring with you, you wouldn't dare fight for us or wouldn't dare even stop. You won't even stop. Okay, we're not going to help you, but the least I can do is stop kicking you in the head. Wouldn't dare do that. So with that being said, I'm thinking like, wow, the nerve, the open disrespect and the nerve is through the roof. I would literally want you to die here in this soil. Stop dying to go overseas and die over there too. All while not refusing, basically all while not defending you at all. You get no defense. And that's another thing. Here's another part because I was like, oh, there's so much wrong with this. So we recruit everybody because it's mandatory. Okay, so it's mandatory that you become a part of the war. So since it's mandatory, all of the young men from your group and mine, okay, we're all a part of the war. So if you really think the war is going to stay overseas too, that's another part. Okay, so I'm fighting there and you think, oh, we're just going to be fighting overseas and everything's calm over here. Are those same people who are used to fight for the war, those going to be used against me? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, you have, is it America versus who? Or the troops versus who? Or police versus who? You see what I'm saying? Who is who? Who is who? So there's so much wrong with it. So again, while I'm recruiting you for war, and I'm doing it for my own selfish gain, mind you. This is not for your benefit. This is for you to literally, I'm basically letting you know I won't save your life, but I will put your life in jeopardy to fight my battle. So pretty much you're in jeopardy, and I'm training you to be a troop of my war. So you're fighting for my war. But again, am I going to use you against yourself? And virtually they are. If I'm willing to put you in danger, that's whether I'm going to use myself against me or train you for the war overseas and then tell you to stay here. That's basically saying, if I put you in danger, then it's like virtually I'm killing you one way or the other. I'm either killing you literally by putting your life in danger, or I'm killing you because, again, we got these mandatory troops, or you got a mandatory draft. And again, it goes beyond the war overseas. So it's like, okay, we're probably not even going to go overseas. Those people are going to be used against you. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, what is this a battle against? Is this a battle against the troops, battle against the police, battle against yourself? You see what I'm saying? We got so many angles where you got to look out for and turn your head to the east and west. And it's like, is that a setup waiting to happen? And then also, too, and I'm thinking, too, I don't know if this would be considered treason. Here's the thing. If it's absolutely mandatory, where it's like, okay, you're getting drafted. You have no choice, guns blazing. And it's like, okay, then. So would it be treasonous if I said, okay, well, if that's the case, I'm just going to turn the gun on myself or turn the gun on you? And I'm not saying don't take it literally, but I'm just saying if this were to happen, like, what would that be considered? Okay, you give me a gun, I'm probably going to be shooting at American troops. You see what I'm saying? But then again, though, it's like when it's mandatory, like, you can't condition someone to say, okay, hey, you fight for him or else. You'll be thinking like, well, hell, I might want to see blood, but I'd rather see your blood instead of mine. You see what I'm saying? So if it had been something, and luckily I don't qualify. I wouldn't qualify even if I was between 18 or 26. I wouldn't qualify just because. I wouldn't dare fight for a country that wouldn't fight for me. Because I would be looking like, again, you give me the gun, oh, you mandatory, overseas, I don't care who you are, what time it is, it's an emergency, SOS. You hand me a gun, more than likely I'm going to turn the gun on you. Because you are the problem. You are who I'm at war with. Again, I have to take out the monster here before I even call myself going overseas to fight anything, even if I wanted to, or even if it's mandatory. Again, if you're the problem, it would make a whole lot of sense for me to turn the gun on you. So like I said, there's so much wrong with that. And a part of it might be considered treason. How dare you shoot at American troops? How dare you draft people to fight your war? You see what I'm saying? And then it's like, is that certain people that's going to get drafted? Because it's just so much wrong with it. It'll look so crazy to have the American Negro going overseas. Young Negro men going overseas to fight somebody's war when you're the target here. You're already warring right here. You see what I'm saying? It just wouldn't look right. Or even young American, quote unquote American, that's called pink men. Young American men fighting, like, would they really send their men out there to die? When you can use the human shield or the punch, there's so much wrong with it. I'm thinking like, wow, the nerve. One thing I say is the nerve. And again, being drafted is nothing new. They've been doing this, for decades, probably even centuries. But I think the crazy thing is at a time such as this, with everything going to hell and everything going downhill, it's kind of like, now we'll be kind of like more that, and maybe the American pride too. Like I don't know anything much about American pride, but I'm sure that probably flew out the window a long time ago because the way things are looking, you know what I mean? If it's looking like you've already reached the brick wall or the brick wall is coming soon as far as the fall of Babylon or the fall of America, then it's like, it's just looking bad. It's like, is this something to be proud of? And then it's like, I have to put my child at risk, or I have to be at risk for this nasty, trashy ass country. And I'm just thinking like, wow. Now, don't get me wrong, somebody has to bleed, but I just figure there's been enough bloodshed in one department to where, again, if I were to fight in a war, when it's come time for my war, it would only make sense for me to come for you, so to speak. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, all right, be well, be safe.